Welcome to ABC 31 News tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. Hurricane Harvey is churning near the Gulf Coast, right now eyeing southern Texas, but even central Louisiana will be impacted. Because of that, weather is our big story. We have meteorologist Ross Whitley tracking Harvey. He joins us now with the very latest.
Yes, we're going to be looking at Harvey very closely when we get to Maine weather, but first we're going to look at what we had going on today. 90 degrees officially, 71 last night, and we are picking up some rain out there. The outer bands of Harvey, believe it or not, are starting to influence our weather already, and we are going to be dealing with this storm well into the middle part of next week. So this is a very serious situation, and this forecast needs to be monitored as we go forward. Harvey, now a Category 1 hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico, is headed toward southeastern Texas and promises to drop 20+ inches of rain over parts of Texas. Of course, I'll have the details on what you can expect here coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Ross. Residents in Texas are preparing for that major hit. Marcy Gonzalez has more.
That ominous view from space as Hurricane Harvey churns in the Gulf of Mexico, gaining strength as it moves towards the coast, expected to make landfall near Corpus Christi early Saturday as a dangerous Category 3 with winds up to 115 miles an hour.
The only thing predictable about the storm is that it's unpredictable.
From Texas to Louisiana and Mississippi, people loading up and laying out sandbags.
I think I'm going to have to get everything off the floor.
Preparing for more than 30 inches of rain in some places and a storm surge up to 12 feet.
We need people to be aware.
That awareness already leading to long lines at gas stations.
Absolute insanity over this hurricane.
And empty store shelves. Those in the Lone Star State planning to stay put, stocking up on the essentials.
Water and food and batteries.
Others now packing up, heading from the coast and low-lying areas where voluntary evacuation orders are now in place.
We are going to, in the strongest possible terms, as they say, get out of Dodge.
The governor of Texas has preemptively issued a disaster declaration in 30 counties. Louisiana's governor has done the same for that entire state. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
As you just heard there earlier today, Governor John Bel Edwards did declare a state of emergency on the Gulf Coast, especially New Orleans, waiting for that hit from Hurricane Harvey. This does set the stage for the governor to use all available resources before, during, and after that storm. He does remind the public that road information is available online at 511la.org. A man already in trouble for home improvement fraud is rearrested for 5 more counts. Rapids deputies say 67-year-old Walter Monroe Smith Sr. is now accused of more complaints for work that was never completed, even though he had received payments. Smith surrendered to authorities at the courthouse. Rapids deputies arrest an Alexandria man for 2 break-ins and criminal damage to property on Vandenberg Drive. He is 29-year-old Marlon John Knockin Jr. Deputies say he also took property from a home on Robinson Road and was finally tracked down on Downs Lane. Pineville police are investigating an armed robbery that happened yesterday afternoon around 5 at the Dollar General on Main Street. Witnesses say an armed man demanded money from the cash register, and the employees complied. He was last seen running down railroad tracks toward Melrose. No one was hurt in that incident. Alexandria police need your help in locating a missing woman. 29-year-old Brandy Snyder was last seen on Monday. Police say she arrived here by bus and called a family member, but she hasn't been heard from since. She is 5'7" and now has shorter hair than you see there in that photo. Please do call authorities if you know her whereabouts. BOM announces a 3rd Alexandria location for its bank. The new office will be open next year on Highway 28 West. Meanwhile, BOM says the Mid-South Bank purchase remains on schedule for completion on December 1st. Soldiers at Fort Polk received a special visit yesterday as they prepare to head overseas. ABC 31's Joanna Phillips traveled to the military base to catch that moment.
Senator John Kennedy paid a visit to Fort Polk yesterday to tour the base and visit soldiers in the 3rd Brigade Combat Team, 10th Mountain Division. More than 2,000 of these soldiers are preparing to be deployed to the Middle East in support of Operation Inherent Resolve. Before answering questions from the media, Kennedy voiced that he would like to make a quick statement.
I was just telling some of the soldiers that in a lot of countries in this world, when the moms and dads and children lie down to go to bed at night, they don't know if they're going to wake up. They have to sleep with one eye open. They never feel safe. And here in America, we don't even think twice about it. We just we almost take things for granted, our safety. But it's because of these fine young men and women.
The soldiers Kennedy met with yesterday will be deployed to Iraq, but President Trump recently signed off on sending more troops to Afghanistan, where an estimated over 8,000 soldiers are stationed at this time.
I think they're going to be between 4,000 and 5,000, though when I get back to Capitol Hill, we'll be briefed further. But they're going in this time with an objective, with a mission. We're going to be able to define success. We're also going to have to speak to the Afghani people and say, you know, we want to help you. You have tasted freedom. We want to help you maintain it, but you've got to help yourselves. We can't stay here forever.
A time frame has not been announced as to when these troops will head to Afghanistan in hopes of ending a 16-year-long conflict, being called the longest war in U.S. history. Soldiers from the 3rd Brigade Combat Team, 10th Mountain Division, will deploy to Iraq this fall. At Fort Polk, Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
Senator Kennedy also said he was honored to meet these men and women and that he prays for their safe return. The court appearance for Terrence Grimes is now set for September 8th. He will go before Judge Tom Yeager. Grimes, of course, is the Alexandria and Ward Marshal charged for malfeasance. Back on June 23rd, he was also arrested for drug distribution, resisting arrest, and illegal carry of a weapon. Officials say if he does plead guilty, he will be asked to resign his elected position. He's one of the highest paid officials in the parish, reportedly making more than $200,000. The Rapids DA's office has said they do expect this matter to be resolved at that court appearance. There is still time to register for the annual Walk to End Alzheimer's. That's scheduled for Saturday, September 23rd at Kent House.
We like people to register as teams so that those teams can raise money for the event. It doesn't cost anything to participate in the walk, and so we do like folks to bring a team and have that team raise money for the Alzheimer's Association. What we're trying to do with the walk, what we're trying to do with the Alzheimer's Association is to raise money, hopefully to have a world that does not have Alzheimer's in it.
And you can find more information at alz.org. The Knock Knock Children's Museum held a grand opening ceremony earlier this week. That museum, located in City Brooks Community Park in Baton Rouge, features 18 interactive exhibits called Learning Zones. A special admission rate is offered for low-income families, made possible through donations and a grant from the Dodge Family Fund. You can visit knockknockmuseum.org to find out more. Sunflowers can be grown for seeds or just for ornamental purposes. On this edition of Get It Growing, horticulturist Dan Gill explores the amazing Sunfinity sunflower, which blooms in waves all throughout the summer.
You know, it would be hard to find a flower with a more cheerful disposition than the sunflower. The bright golden yellow flowers with their open faces are bound to cheer you up, and they're a popular ornamental to use in landscapes. Now, we divide sunflowers into two basic types. Those that we grow for seeds are generally larger, taller growing plants that produce one massive flower at the top. They make a nice crop of seeds. Ornamental sunflowers, like you see here, produce smaller flowers in greater number on a bushier, more branchy plant. This is a new sunflower that caught my eye as I was walking around the nursery called Sunfinity. Now, sunflowers usually produce their crop almost all at once. They'll bloom for several weeks, but really finish up fairly quickly. Sunfinity doesn't just produce these nice crop of open flowers, but they have lots of flower buds all over the plant you can see. So after these flowers are removed, a whole nother crop of flowers are going to be coming up, sort of causing this plant to be reblooming, which is a neat characteristic. Now you can see these old flowers, once all the yellow petals have fallen off, just snip those off to deadhead this to keep it looking attractive and encourage it to bloom more. Now, sunflowers like a nice well-drained, well-prepared bed and a really sunny situation. And if you'd like to plant some sunflower seeds, they look beautiful in the fall garden. So think about planting some sunflower seeds now, whether they're edible sunflowers or ornamental sunflowers like this, or if you find plants available at the nursery, get them out now. They love the heat and will brighten your garden for the rest of the summer. For Get It Growing, I'm Dan Gill with the LSU Ag Center.
And for more information on other lawn and garden topics, you can contact your parish LSU Ag Center Extension Service Office or visit the LSU Ag Center website at lsuagcenter.com and click on that Lawn and Garden button.
ABC31 KLAX, the exclusive provider of ABC programming in Central Louisiana. We are the only station where you can watch new, first-run ABC programs like Dancing with the Stars, Designated Survivor,
strike the enemy.
Grey's Anatomy.
Rays can deliver.
Damn right.
Hi, I'm Michael Bailey. Call me at the number on the screen. See how easy and affordable television advertising can be.
Hi, I'm meteorologist Ross Whitley, and Hurricane Harvey is a churning out there. And of course, this is something you are going to be hearing for not just the next couple of days, but most likely for the next week, as we're going to be dealing with the effects of Hurricane Harvey and whatever's left after it makes landfall in Texas for quite some time. Already starting to see the outer rain bands around Harvey affecting our area now. You can notice the flow coming from the northeast down to the southwest, and these are going to continue to spiral around as we go throughout the next 24 to 48 hours. Likely that we're just going to see occasional shower and thunderstorms and not some very consistent heavy rainfall until we get late into Saturday and really into Sunday. But right now we're dealing with those showers and thunderstorms mainly across southern Louisiana, basically from Alexandria points south, and these will continue to rotate around Harvey as Harvey continues to move off to the north and west. Now, our surface map for tomorrow, Harvey's going to be slowly moving off in toward Houston. We're going to continue to see those shower bands kind of rotating around, but not a whole lot of widespread rainfall expected for the day tomorrow. Now, what to expect is that we'll have maybe a shower or two rotating in from the southeast tomorrow, but really not a whole lot in the way of rainfall goes. Friday through Saturday night, we'll still see those occasional showers and storms, and we could see up to about an inch of rainfall. Then really Saturday night into really Wednesday, even into Thursday, we're going to have heavy rain possible. Even hurricane conditions are possible with 5 to 7 inches of rainfall in addition to what we already pick up over the next 3 days. Flooding is a major concern still, and the total rainfall, once again, looking at between 7 to 10 inches of rain right now. So not much has changed from what I was thinking yesterday, other than the fact that we possibly could be dealing with a hurricane as opposed to just the remnants. Now, this is the official track right now, a major hurricane making landfall south of Corpus Christi early Saturday morning, but some models are indicating that this could actually come back into the Gulf of Mexico pretty quickly, which would allow that hurricane to remain its strength and then kind of skirt along the Texas coastline here before making landfall again as possibly a major hurricane near Lake Charles. Of course, this is just one situation and is not a certain thing. Of course, we'll have to refine that as we get closer to it. Any way you look at it, everyone is dealing with heavy rain. Right now, the forecast for our area is between 4 and 10 inches of rain, but places around Houston, Corpus Christi could be picking up upwards of 20 plus inches of rainfall. Forecast for tomorrow, 30% chance of rain, mostly cloudy and very humid. Temperatures in the upper 80s, and our 7-day forecast as expected. Lots of heavy rainfall, temperatures remaining in the lower 80s. Flooding a major concern, so stay tuned right here. Scott?
All right, thank you, Ross. Anyone who's ever tried to quit smoking knows it's hard, but how hard is it to be honest about it? With more, here's Janae Norman.
Cigarettes, a nasty habit and no secret that it's one that's hard to stub out. And yet, whether due to a health scare, a New Year's resolution, or a general desire to be healthier, many American smokers each year aim to quit. But if a smoker says he's quit, should you trust him? Researchers writing in the journal Addiction followed more than 4,000 smokers for 6 months after a hospital stay. By this time, nearly 1,200 of them claimed to have kicked the habit, but the researchers tested them on this claim, using a spit test to see whether they had evidence of nicotine in their systems, which would indicate that they had smoked recently. 42% of the study participants who said they'd quit failed the test. The results? Likely a result of the stigma of falling off the wagon, or perhaps the pressure of telling a doctor that efforts to stop smoking failed. But the lesson here, don't be afraid to be honest. Your doctor wants to help, and they just might have ways to tell if you're lying.
All right, we are out of time, so we'll have to say goodbye. Have a great night. Thanks for watching.
Stay connected with KLAX ABC31. Visit us online anytime. Get today's top stories and trending topics. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. See our pics on Instagram. Watch us on YouTube. And make KLAXTV.com your home for local news and information. Plus, download the KLAX weather app for your smartphone or tablet. Get live current conditions, radar maps, alerts, and more. More ways to stay connected with KLAX TV.
Predators better pray.
Crime Watch Daily airs weekdays at 3 on KLAX TV.